Welcome to the 2021 Tournament Open House. We're going to be doing this virtually, and this is a recording that hopefully you can use and share as you so desire. Swansea Country Club is thrilled to once again offer this. My name is Robert Martin, General Manager of Swansea Country Club. I've been here, this is my coming into my 18th season, and we're thrilled to have you. I started the Tournament Open House really the second year that I was here because what I realized is that each tournament was only successful dependent upon the knowledge and skill that each tournament director had. And so if you were a new tournament director and you really didn't know exactly how to run a golf tournament, you're more than likely your tournament wasn't going to be successful, and we would see that the day of the event. And so what I realized real quickly was in order to make all events successful, really I had to get everybody up to speed to a degree. I mean, a lot of these tournament directors that we've had the entire time really taught me everything that I knew. So those events, some were done well, some were not done well. And we took each and every one of these opportunities to really roll this into how to run a successful event. And so the vast majority of events that we held were very successful. And we're just looking for tweaks. And some events that did end up going away were more or less a fault of my own, in that I kind of left it up to each individual event to see how successful they were. So over the course of the year, this we've had over to date about 1,700 events that I personally have run. And so you get to see really what's successful, what's not successful, what we can really tweak and make more successful, and how to make it more profitable and organizational, soup to nuts. So my goal really is to make the tournament director's job as easy and painless as possible. I am the easy button of golf tournaments. And the reason being is that, look, everybody has their own life, their own job, their own other thing that they're doing a million miles an hour. So why should I make your life a little bit more difficult where you're putting on this great event? So that's really what we've come up with here, is really a one-stop shopping. We can provide you as many prizes as you like, as many sponsorship opportunities as you like. I can be your easy button for golf tournaments. So use me as much as you like. There's some events that take full advantage of everything we offer, and there are some events that just say, "Hey, get out of my way. We'll show up the day of the event, and I'll run it as I see fit." And both are fine. So really, you can use as much as you see here or as little, but we're here to help in any event. So really, to start for 2021, we're unsure as to where we're going to head at the very early outset, but I do believe that really once we start to develop into June and July, then a lot of the mandates and as everybody is vaccinated, we'll be able to go back business as usual. But with those early season events, uh, we're up in the air. So we're going to have to roll with the punches, whatever they may be. The good news for events that are earlier in the year is that we've already done this. We were already running full events last August, September, October. And we actually ran right into November. Very successful events, full field events. Last year, we had over 57,000 people on the property, and there was not one contact trace of COVID back to us. And so certainly we take your safety and your guest safety very seriously, while also having a great time. So whatever the mandates are, whatever to keep people safe, we'll continue to do that, and we'll be happy to do that. So we're excited for the opportunity to be able to host events right from the get-go, and we'll tell you how to do it safely, as well as some new things that we came across that we're going to continue to do from now on, because I think it makes a lot of sense and how to run a better golf tournament. So we'll first go with how some of the things were impacted in 2020, and they may be impacted at the beginning of the season. We had to do meals on the turn. A lot of events did those anyways, whether it be hamburgers and hot dogs, sandwiches, sausage, onions, etc., calzones. We did those on the turn. We kept the groups very small, and we kept people moving. It worked out really well. Another thing that we did were new menu options where we delivered meals on the golf course. Um, we kind of call it Swansea Country Club Uber Eats. We'll touch base on that, but that worked out well. One thing that I'm super excited about for a variety of different reasons was the Swansea Country Club app. We'll touch base how that really plays into it, but it pretty much gave players their tournament hole assignment, so that way there weren't long check-in lines. It provided, of course, GPS. It provided real live leaderboard scoring, which meant two things. One, people knew exactly where the entire field was throughout their round, and two, it didn't take forever to score the event at the end of the round, so you got immediate scoring updates in first, second, third place, or whatever the placement prizes were. And then the raffles drawn prior to completion of play. I think people really appreciated this because the one thing that I have, if anything, were complaints that the raffles took a long time. People are already out on the golf course for 4.5, 5 hours. Then they eat, and then the raffle. And so, if we can try to do whatever's in our power to try to speed up that process, I think all the better. So the Swansea Country Club app, why I am so excited about this going forward, what we used it for in 2020. So on the left side of the screen, you see pretty much today's tournaments, your tournament name inserted there. Um, you click on that, it has the name of every captain that you provide me on down. They click that, it tells them what their whole assignment is. You can see for demo purposes, team 15B. It will provide their name, what their whole assignment is, and what the score is. And so it's a phenomenal, easy to use. As far as the tournament director or me on the back end, I can see all the scores. I can edit scores in the event that somebody has an erroneous score or an error for a score, and we can kind of go from there. So that's pretty phenomenal. Also on the Swansea Country Club app that we'll touch base on is how we can help you make more money by using the Swansea Country Club app. So I don't know if any of you are familiar with apps or what they call geofencing, but essentially what geofencing is it allows us to have something pop up on the app as you approach the first hole, the second hole, the third hole, and so on and so forth. So what you can do and what we're providing you at no cost to your tournament is the opportunity to sell 18 geo fences throughout the round. So not only can you sell T signs, not only can you sell flag sponsorships, which we'll cover, but you could also sell essentially an app sponsorship on every single hole. So that's 18 more potential sponsorship opportunities. And again, it's free money. It doesn't cost you anything. Now, I will ask you that because I'm doing this at no charge to you, this has to be provided to me 2 weeks lead time out from your event. That's business days too, because it's going to take some setting up on my part. And certainly as we approach the second half of the event, I'm going to be obviously far faster doing it. But to start, I do ask for the lead time. That way I can make sure I schedule it out in my schedule and make sure that we get everything in case I have any questions for each event. So again, free money that we're providing to you that I think makes a lot of sense. And so as far as the meals to go, we do this as well. So whether it be something that our caterer does, something that Swansea Country Club does. We could do it either way. Whatever really fits your budget, we can work. You can see the lunch ticket there. That's something that we help you design. You can design it yourself. You just essentially provide it to me, and we can put it on cardstock and provide you the event something that they can hand out to the guests or put in the goodie bag. So a lot of different ways you can go here, but that's something that worked real well. The beverage cart we ran last year that we have out for every single event. No problem at all. We could do beverage tickets if that's something that you like to do for virtually anything. We've run open beverage carts, which is fine. We can do it for a specific beer. We could do it for any beer. We could do it for domestic beer. We could do it for any beer on the beverage cart. We could do it for virtually anything on the beverage cart. So you decide what dollar amount. And this amount really ranges. For a domestic beer, you're looking at $4. For an imported beer, they can run all the way up to $6. And then for any cocktail on the beverage cart, you can run up to 750. So, and then obviously we stock with non-alcoholic drinks as well. So you're really running the gamut from anywhere from $1 to 750 per person. We could do it, and you get charged actually what they take off the beverage cart. It's not we don't add a flat fee at a high end drink. You would get charged if they get a Gatorade. Get charged to Gatorade. If they get a beer, you get charged to beer, and so on and so forth. And so another area that we're continuing this year, the air cannon program. Many years ago, we had an outside company do the air cannon, and they provided a great service, same exact air cannon that we had. And if you're unfamiliar with what an air cannon is, it's essentially a giant potato gun that shoots a golf ball upwards of 330, 340 yards into the air. We use it on hole number one in order to provide power for the air compressor. But it allows you to make more money by our investment and us staffing it. So we staff it. We charge you a flat fee based on whether it be a half field event or a full field event. We provide the golf balls. We provide the staffing. We have somebody that essentially loads the air cannon with compressed air, hands it to your guest. They fire it. We determine who the closest on the green is. They get to use that shot or a comparable shot if they happen to miss the green by putting them on the green. So there's a lot of great ways that we can go with the air cannon. Again, we ask for a lead time so that way we can staff it. But this is a great way to help you raise significant money and something that a lot of golfers haven't seen. Even events that have had it prior, they enjoy this. So there's a lot of different ways that you can run this, as you go. So you can see my kids are a little bit bigger now, but this is when we first had the gun. My littlest, or not so little anymore, but Ethan on the far left, my middle son Connor on the far right, and some Diamond alumni right there in the middle. It's a great time, great event. So something that I highly encourage. Another thing that I highly encourage that we've been doing for a number of years is what they call a super ticket. It's a super easy way to prepackage a bunch of different things that we run contests on the golf course. And it's a predetermined amount. So you can put in there anything you like, as much or as little. But it pre-packages it. That way your participants, your guests don't have to keep on taking money out of their pocket. You don't have to have volunteers that are all throughout the golf course collecting money. And it's easier for people to throw up $20 or $25 or $30 or whatever amount that you want to charge up front, rather than having to worry throughout the rest of the day, am I going to get hit up with any more money? So I highly encourage it. We can talk about what is going to work for your event, but there's a lot of different things to do. We run a lot of member events, and one of the most highly anticipated super tickets that we have is the top right one. It's the Tundra super ticket, and we essentially give away homemade cookies and hot chocolate on the turn. This is a tournament we have the day after Thanksgiving. But, you could do something along those lines, tie in a theme, if it's around Mother's Day, around Father's Day. There's a lot of different things that you can tie in there, 4th of July, Memorial Day. Find, if you have it in the middle of the summer, you could do a beach theme. But have some fun with it. But it's a great way to go to tie everything in. As far as raffle prizes, raffle tickets, One of the things that I've seen a lot of very successful events do without spending a tremendous amount of money on raffle prizes is they package everything in gift baskets, or coolers or different types of objects where they package a lot of smaller prizes into one giant prize. And people absolutely love it, especially if it's centered around some sort of a theme. You see in the bottom right hand corner, date night. You also see, fittingly, in the top right hand corner, it looks like a St. Patrick's Day gift basket, a cookout gift basket, a Yeti gift basket, so on and so forth. And on their own, these individual prizes may not be a tremendous amount value wise, but packaged together, it's kind of a cool gift. Specifically, I'm a big proponent of the date night uh, raffle ticket, and the raffle prize, and I'll tell you why. Is because whether it be man or woman, they each love winning it. But I'd say our demographic of people that play in tournaments is probably 80% male. And when a gentleman can go home to his significant other, a girlfriend, wife, and tell them, "Hey, look, I won this. We're going to be going out, to dinner or the flowers or whatever the case may be." It allows him to get out of the house a little bit easier the next time to go play golf. So it's a huge win-win, both for the event, for the guy, and in subsequent years, your tournament, because it's going to be an easier sell to get him out the door the next time. One of the things that really I liked that I never did prior, I know certain events had been doing them for a number of years, but uh, it's called the Chinese raffle ticket. Very politically incorrect, but that's the only real name that it's known by. But it's a raffle ticket with one ticket stub with upwards of 26 tickets on that particular stub, but they're all the same number. And the benefit to this really is specifically if you're going to be doing raffles where people get to choose what they want to win. But even then, it is such an easy way to keep track of what your ticket stub number is. I've seen events where they hand out a roll of raffle tickets, and somebody has to pay attention to 30 some odd numbers if they buy a lot of tickets. And then I see people putting on their reading glasses, trying to catch up to what the number is. It's a nightmare. So I think, in simplicity's sake, going to these raffle tickets are the way to go. You can find them on Amazon. I think I purchased them last year for around $12 to $13 for like 500 tickets, a block of 500 tickets. So super easy way to get things done. We don't have a pro shop per se, but we do have all the accounts. And so, what we decided to do, instead of trying to make money on any uh, events, we're trying to help you make as much money as possible. My job is trying to fill the golf course with golfers. And thus, we're offering all these phenomenal uh, vendors at what we consider wholesale pricing, which is essentially our price of the goods that we get charged from the vendor plus shipping and tax. So that way, you're getting the best deal. You can't go to Dick's Sporting Goods. You can't go to Golfer's Warehouse. You can't go to any online retail store and get a better deal. This is the latest of the late. We can get it logo direct from the manufacturer at the lowest pricing, guaranteed, because it's literally the price. So you just pay the shipping and the tax. We order it, it gets shipped here. We have it in storage for your event that day. Super simple. So you can use us again as you like. It's all here. And then, even on a personal note, if you have any desire or equipment that you want to buy for yourself, we would provide you the same pricing as the tournaments. Callaway runs a real aggressive promotional, so even less than what they consider their wholesale tournament pricing. At 30 off, you receive buy any three and get three at that lesser price. So a pretty crazy deal that Callaway is offering this year for the tournament programs. In addition to that, if you spend over $100 which is essentially 3 or 4 dozen golf balls, depending upon what you're looking for. They provide a complimentary hole-in-one prize for an Epic Max driver, which is about a $530 driver, and this is the sign itself. So we put this on the 11th hole or fourth hole, your choice. But any hole in one during this contest tournament would receive a Callaway Epic Max driver. And there's no cost to that other than you just have to purchase $100 in product. One of the companies that we've been doing business with for probably the last, I'd say, 12 to 15 years that constantly go above and beyond are Custom Threads. They're out of Fall River. Tommy and his guys over there do a phenomenal job. I know Bob Evans and the Evans Open have used them for years, as well as many other tournaments. But they can do anything and everything. So they're running a deal right now on shirts, gorgeous dry fit polo that can be logoed with your logo for $16 in over 30 different colors. It's pretty amazing, and the minimum on that is only 48 pieces. Usually for that type of price, you're looking at hundreds of pieces. They can do everything from shirts to towels to hats to vests to banners to posters to water bottles, stickers, magnets. I mean, anything and everything you can think of, they have. So I suggest you give them a call, with any type of inquiries. You deal direct with them, so that way there's no middleman, and you get the lowest price guaranteed. And just let them know that Swansea Country Club sent you, and you'll be able to get all the lowest pricing on that. Another phenomenal program that's back is the Strixon VIP tournament program. This is truly an amazing price because the pricing you see is about 35% less than what you'd find it in just a retail store. And it's logoed. So the minimum is 36 dozen. So, if there is a downside, maybe it's for the smaller events that can't justify 36 dozen. But you can get a real nice, not just a real nice, a phenomenal golf ball logoed for $20, $15, $17.50, 25, and they'll get that here. So phenomenal price. We're thrilled to have them back once again. Matt Howard and the guys over at Strixon have done a phenomenal job in helping us out over the years, and this is another way to do it. So we thank them for being part of it. Ocean State Charity Events, Ed is such a great guy. He's been over here doing this for a number of years, and he makes this about as humanly easy as possible. We switched to Ed because of the professionalism, the setup. And so what Ed does is you give Ed a call and say, I'm having an event on May 1st. I'd like 10 to 15 different memorabilia pieces. This is what people might be interested in. They're interested in Patriots, Bruins, Celtics, or maybe they're interested in more old school memorabilia. Maybe they're interested in more entertainment memorabilia. And Ed will bring, whatever is going to meet your criteria, bring it to your event. He's going to set it up. He's going to put it on easels or tables with phenomenal looking display. He's going to set out all the bid auction sheets. And then as your guests bid on it, he's going to determine who wins the bid. Go from there. He's going to take the money via credit card from your guests or check or cash. And then within 2 weeks, he's going to cut the charity a check for the profit off of what he sells them for. So it's a guaranteed win for you. There's no downside. There's no risk on your part. You're guaranteed to make a profit if anything sells. So really a great event. Ed's been doing it for a number of years. He has quality stuff. He can get anything from local stuff to golf to NASCAR to anything and everything. So you tell him, what you think will sell, and he'll walk you through every step of the way. So his contact information is right there. Reach out to Ed at Ocean State Charity Events, and he'll be able to direct you in the right way. So running a golf tournament, it's all about having a good time. And my big, I guess if I have any beef with watching events, would be don't put a lot of money in first, second, or third place. Certainly, you want to give something quality, something that people are going to appreciate, but don't go crazy because ultimately, when you have a golf tournament, let's say it's a golf tournament of 144 players, the reality is that of that 144, realistically, there's probably four teams that have a chance at winning. So why reward 16 players out of 144 people with the top dollar amount? That's really why I'm a big proponent of doing a lot of different contests that maybe have nothing to do with golf. Over the years, the par three poker hand has been very popular. We could provide you the cards for that. Cornhole contest has been very popular. It's one of the reasons why the air cannon year after year is extremely popular. The putting contest is always very popular, again, because it's not necessarily about who has the most skill, but maybe who has the most luck. And so when you give the majority of people in the tournament an opportunity to win, it really makes everybody that much more keen to the event and coming back year after year. One of the many sponsorships that we do at Swansea Country Club that are just germane to Swansea Country Club. We mentioned the whole sponsorship on the app. This is another one. It's a pin flag. And the pin flags, there are only 18 of them on the golf course, obviously. But we can get these flags so that way we put your tournament name on it, your sponsor's name on it. You can sell it for whatever you like. We have a local charter school in the area that sells. She's a masterful lady. She sells them for upwards of $250, $500, and sells them all of them. And then we'll collect we'll put them out that day so everybody can see as they proceed throughout the golf course who sponsors what flag. And then at the end of the event, we give them back to the tournament so that way they can hand them to the sponsor. So the sponsor can put this in their office, in their place of business, in their home. So that way they can remember the event and a little bit of a thank you for donating to the event. This is something that, again, Swansea Country Club does far less expensively than other courses. You can do it. We've seen them logoed. We've seen them monogrammed from $100 to $150 per flag. We can get this all said and done with tax to you, $25.50, and help you design the flag or do it all for you. And then you can charge whatever you like. So this is a profit center. This is a one way where you can make money. If you don't do this, you're leaving a lot of money on the table because this is something that people can do. And it also then helps you sell the whole sponsorship that are on the customary T signs. So if you sell, say, let's just take for easy math, if you sell the pin flag for $100, well, it makes it seem relatively easy to sell the T sign for $50 or $75, or you taper it down. Or you can sell packages. Would you like a pin flag and a T sign so you sponsor a whole hole for $200? It's all how you wrap it up in a bow, but it's a super easy sell. And look, I understand you may not want to go to businesses and try to promote due to what's happened with COVID. But let me tell you, there's no other way restaurants are going to be able to get people in the door other than getting their name out there and sponsoring events. I've actually talked to several restaurants in the area that say, look, we need ways to get people in the door. If we can sponsor your event for $100 and you can help me get 30, 40 people in the door, that's what we're going to have to do for 2021. So don't be bashful because these people now need business more than ever. Another way that we really find that people are purchasing online are through our website, more so now than ever. So we're sitting here, today is March 10th, and more today than ever, I am almost fully booked with 2 tournaments that people have signed up for online that aren't happening for another 2 months. We're almost sold out of every ladies program that we have for the first series of 4 different sessions. We're almost signed up for the pool club without the clubhouse being open for the vast part of the last month due to snow on the golf course. So people are used to signing up online. So Birdies has provided Swansea Country Club. They were here last year during what was the beginning of COVID. And so they didn't get off to a great start as far as an introduction standpoint, but they offer everything. So they offer a website that's already set up that you put all your information in. You don't have to design everything. They provide you the link. They also provide you a payment portal, so you can sell your sponsorships online. You can take your applications online. You could take payment online. You could take donations online. You can do everything online, and it's a regular price of $2.99 for the entire process. And they're providing us a discount of $50, so it'll be $2.49. But it is going to make your life a million times easier and get more action, both from a donation standpoint, sponsorship standpoint, and sell out the tournament rather than having a long line at check-in, having people write checks, having people provide cash, having people try to cash credit cards that day. It's just a nightmare. So they're providing a lot of different easy formulas to make you more successful. As far as running a golf tournament, really, the event that we've seen throughout the years that the most successful format would be the scramble. And the reason why the scramble is the most successful is that it enables the most amount of people to play. If you have an event that people have to play their own golf ball, well, now you're only talking to people that are competent golfers that feel comfortable coming to the golf course. And so you're eliminating a lot of players. The relation of avid golfers to golf tournaments is not great. So an avid golfer is determined by somebody who plays more than 10 times a season, where the vast majority of people that play in golf tournaments are what they call your recreational golfer, where they'll play a minimum of 1 to 4 times a year. And the majority of those times are going to be all at tournaments. So you want to make it as accessible for people to play as possible, and therefore the scramble's it. It doesn't put pressure on the individual player who may not be that great. It allows a lot of friends to get together. It's just a very easygoing, enjoyable format. One of the things that I like to do in some of my events, the member events, is to throw what we consider a different format in there. So maybe you play a reverse scramble on one hole, maybe the easiest hole in the golf course. And a reverse scramble is you take the worst shot of each for each player. So on the tee ball, you get 3 tee balls that go down the middle. You get one that goes in the woods, and you're forced to take the one that goes in the woods and proceed with that process. So obviously that score is going to be a lot higher on that particular hole, but it's a way to change things up, get some laughs throughout the round. So it's a little bit different change of pace. I wouldn't do it more than one hole on the golf course, but it makes it a little bit more fun and not your standard scramble format. Tee prizes are essentially an item that people give away prior to tee off. When they check in, or we set them up on the golf carts. So it's a matter of whatever is most beneficial to you. I've seen people do a lot of different things. You can get customized product, golf gloves, sleeves of golf balls, divot tool markers, hats. People enjoy a lot of free stuff that maybe you don't have to go to the trouble of having to order. If you wanted to provide people complimentary beverage, we talked about that earlier. If you wanted to provide them, if you had somebody that was real good at baking cookies, you could do that. So there's a lot of different ways that we can provide tee prizes that are going to be utilized. One of the things I get disheartened when I see is that when people provide tee prizes, and at the end of the event, people leave them in the carts for the staff to throw away or collect or do whatever with. And the reason is there's just no value to it. Well, it costs a tournament, $4 or $5 per tee prize. Multiply that times, a couple hundred people. It gets very expensive fast, and then the people really don't get the bang of the buck. So I'd rather people utilize a tee prize that people are going to use. So we can talk further about that. When you contact me, what specifically is, but it doesn't necessarily have to be expensive. It just has to be something that people would utilize. Catering, we offer a phenomenal caterer. B&M Catering has been our primary caterer for the last 13 years. They do such a phenomenal job. They guarantee a fresh hot meal. They drop it off here just prior to the event's arrival. They provide more than enough meals based upon the number of meals that you request. It's good food. We've got this down to a science, so that way the meals that they're bringing over here serve well. In the event that you come in a little bit earlier, you come in a little bit later due to a variety of different issues. I deal solely with the caterer, so you tell me what menu option you have. I place the order with them. They're here that day. We serve it. This year with catering, ordinarily it's a buffet style. Um, my guess is with buffets, even towards the end of this year, we're going to have to put them into go containers and then bring them to your table. But that's something that we did last year, and that worked out remarkably well. There was really no issues there. So we'll be able to do that, whether it be buffets that we bring to your table or grab and go menus. All the pricing that you see in the PDF that I enclosed with this include all your taxes and any gratuities if applicable. So that way it's a end price. You don't have to try to figure it out any further from there. So we can make that work. We allow outside catering as well. So we're not just tied to the vendor. If you happen to have a vendor that you enjoy using, although we do charge a facility fee, $4 per person or a maximum charge of $400. And that really is more or less a lot of trash removal from the facility and setup, etc. So you can use our pavilion. We can staff the pavilion anywhere from, I'd say, 50 players all the way up to 200 players, and anything and everything in between. And so there's just a setup charge for that, breakdown charge, trash, etc. So $4 per person, maximum of $400. We do ask the outside caterers obviously provide us a copy of their business license, as well as insurance, safety certification as far as allergen awareness, a ServSafe certificate, and then they do provide the necessary insurance, which all businesses have. So no real issues there. Outside caterers have provided that in the past. So again, something we're happy to do. Certainly I'm more preferable to having the caterer that we have, mainly because I can control it. I can control if there's a weather issue. I can control if we need to move the catering up or back, depending upon a variety of issues. So we can do anything and everything, going forward. We're here to help you. In all honesty, the last year was trying, but we realized a number of events utilize us as their sole monetary fundraiser for the year. And so if we're not here to help, $10,000, $15,000, $25,000 doesn't happen. And so we're here as a way for you to help raise money. We're here for you to treat your business colleagues to a great day on the golf course. Our goal is to provide you really a way to successfully run an event that's profitable, easy to plan, has plenty of sponsorships, prizes, whatever you need. We're here to happy to help. We're truly thrilled that you're going to be with us this year. And if you have any questions, I always ask, please contact me, whether it be a phone call or an email. I'm always here to help. Thank you very much.